This is our third lecture, paper number EL5503, Unit 3 Signal Generator. In this third lecture, we just repeat our first and second lecture, where how to generate the generator. We use oscillator as well as attenuator. In between this, there is a number of other blocks through which we can convert it into the basic signal generator, modern signal generator, function generator, like this. In this lecture, we discuss about the AF sine and square wave generator. The output is sine wave as well as square wave. And the next one is the function generator, through which we can get the three outputs: sine wave, square wave as well as triangular wave. Thank you. Signal generator. In last two lectures, we discuss about the standard signal generator and the modern signal generator. Right? We just repeat the basic sine wave generator. There is a oscillator and attenuator. This is our attenuator. This is our oscillator. The function of oscillator produce the sine wave, through which we can set the frequency. The function of the attenuator, it attenuates the signal, and this is our output. This is our output. All the instrument in this chapter, there is a one oscillator and there is a one attenuator. Right? Then we discuss about the standard signal generator and modern signal generator. In the standard signal generator, again there is a oscillator and attenuator. In between this, there is a wide band amplifier, through which modulation takes place. So there is a need of modulation signal. This modulation signal, which is coming from the modulation oscillator. So the main RF oscillator, one signal is coming, other signal is coming from the modulation oscillator, and in wideband amplifier the modulation takes place and we are getting the output. This generated output, it is given to the attenuator. We attenuate this signal and given to the output metering circuit. This is our standard signal generator, our first lecture. Then we discuss about the modern laboratory signal generator. What happens in modern laboratory signal generator? Again there is a oscillator. This oscillator we can say RF oscillator, and there is a attenuator. In between this, there is a different part which makes the signal generator modern. So this is known as the modern laboratory signal generator. There is a number of buffer amplifiers, there is a frequency divider switch, there is a main amplifier, and there is a modulation signal also. Right? And all these different parts of the modern laboratory signal generator generates the instrument through which we can get the signal. Then we are discussing about the here we are discussing about the AF sine and square wave generator. AF sine and square wave generator. What is the meaning of AF? Audio frequency. It generates sine wave as well as it generates square wave. So again there is a need of one oscillator and one attenuator. In between this, there is a circuit which makes the instrument AF sine and square wave generator. The block diagram is given here. This is our block diagram. See, from the block diagram we can say this is our oscillator and this is our attenuator. We are using oscillator as a Wien bridge oscillator which generates the signal sine wave. This generated sine wave, it is given to the sine wave amplifier. Amplification takes place, given to the attenuator. Attenuation takes place and we are getting pure sine wave at the output of the AF sine and square wave generator. The second way, if we are taking the sine wave from here, this is our functional switch. If this switch is connected here, we are getting sine wave output. If this switch is connected here, then we are getting square wave output. How this sine wave convert into the form of the square? So there is a square wave shaper. So when the switch is connected here, then the sine wave, it is given to the square wave shaper. That means with the help of resistor, capacitor, we can change the shape of the sine wave into the form of the square wave. Then again there is an amplifier which amplify the square wave input, and the output of the amplifier square wave, it is given to the again attenuator, and we are getting the square wave at the output of the signal. So with the help of AF sine and square wave generator, this is our this is available in our laboratory also. When we are taking from here, we get sine wave. We are taking from here, we get square wave. So I have discussed this. The signal generator is known as a oscillator. A Wien bridge oscillator is used in this generator. See, this is your Wien bridge oscillator. The Wien bridge oscillator is the best for the audio frequency range. The frequency of the oscillations can be changed by varying the capacitor in the oscillator. So in this Wien bridge oscillator, there is a capacitor. We can change the capacitor, so we can change the frequency. The frequency can also be changed in steps by switching the resistor of the different value. Again, we can change the resistor, the frequency will be changed. The output of the Wien bridge oscillator goes to the functional switch. The output of the Wien bridge oscillator goes to the functional switch, whether we are getting the sine wave, whether we are getting the square wave. The instrument covers, the output of the Wien bridge oscillator goes to the functional switch. The functional switch directs the oscillator output either to the sine wave amplifier or to the square wave shaper circuit. At the output, we get either a square wave or sine wave. The output is varied by means of an attenuator. So at the output, we are getting sine wave or we are getting square wave. The instrument generates a frequency range from 10 Hz to 1 MHz. From 10 Hz to 1 MHz. Continuously variable in the 5 decades with overlapping range. The output is wave amplitude can be varied from 5 millivolt to 5 volt. So there is a change in frequency. Also there is a change in amplitude. The output is taken through the push-pull amplifier. For low output, the impedance is 600 ohm. Then the square wave amplitudes can be varied from 0 to 20 volt peak. It is possible to adjust the symmetry of the square wave from 30 to 70%. 30 to 70%. The instrument requires only 7 watt of power at 220 volt 50 Hz. That means our AC mains. The front panel of a signal generator consists of the front panel of the signal generator. That means when you are see in the laboratory, this AF sine and square wave generator, there is a in the front panel there is a different node. These nodes are frequency selector switch, frequency multiplier, amplitude multiplier, variable amplitude, symmetry control, amplitude changer, functional switch, output available, and synchronization. These are the different switch available on the front panel of the this generator, right? So the first knob is our frequency selector. First knob is our frequency selector. First knob. It selects the frequency in different range and varies it continuously in the ratio of 1:11. The scale is non-linear. The second switch is frequency multiplier. Frequency multiplier. This switch, it selects the frequency range over a 5 decade from 10 Hz to 1 megahertz. The third switch is amplitude multiplier. With the help of this, it attenuates the sine wave in 3 decades multiplied by 1, multiplied by 0.01 and multiplied by 0.01. That means 1, 0.1 and 0.01. Next one is variable amplitude. This switch attenuates the sine wave amplitude continuously. This switch attenuates the sine wave continuously. Then symmetry control. Then symmetry control. It varies the symmetry of the square wave from 30% to 70%. Then amplitude. It attenuates the square wave output continuously. Then functional switch, it selects the either sine wave or square wave. Functional switch, this one. Output available, this provides sine wave or square wave output. This is our output switch. Sync. This terminal is used to provide synchronization of the internal signal with an external signal. And last switch is on off switch, through which we can on or off our AF sine and square wave generator. I repeat the main part with the help of oscillator and attenuator. This oscillator generates the sine wave, amplifies with the help of sine wave amplifier, attenuates with the help of attenuator, and then it is given to the out. If this functional switch is connected here, then this sine wave it is given to the square wave shaper circuit. This is our square wave shaper circuit. Here the sine wave it is converted into the form of the square wave, then given to the amplifier, amplification takes place, given to the attenuator, attenuation takes place, and we are getting the pure square wave. These are our different switches which is on the front panel of the instrument. This completes your AF sine and square wave generator. Now we are discussing about the function generator. What is the function of function generator? It generates square wave, sawtooth wave and sine wave. These three waveforms we are getting from the function generator. You already know and you already work on the function generator. I just repeat, a function generator produces different waveforms of adjustable frequency. The common output waveforms are sine wave, square wave, triangular wave and sawtooth wave. So from the function generator we can get sine wave as well as square wave, triangular wave and sawtooth wave. These are the different outputs of the function generator. The frequency may be adjusted from a fraction of a hertz to several hundred kilohertz. That means in the function generator we can select the different value of frequency from low level to higher level of the frequency. the various outputs of the generator can be made available at the same time. For example, the generator can provide a square wave to test the linearity of an amplifier and simultaneously provides a sawtooth to drive the horizontal deflection amplifier of the CRO to provide a visual display. That means here we produce the square wave, we produce the sine wave, we produce the sawtooth wave. This sawtooth wave, the function of the sawtooth wave is, you just remember in CRO, the x-axis time-based circuit, we are applying sawtooth wave there. So this is the main function of the sawtooth wave, which is coming from the function generator. Now we see the block diagram of the function generator. So this is your function generator. This is your function generator. What happened here? There is a two current source. The upper constant current source, there is a lower constant current source. This is known as lower constant current source. This is known as upper constant current source. This is our frequency control. This is our frequency control. We can set the frequency. And this is our external frequency control. That means variable resistor. We can vary the resistance. The frequency is changed. So what is inside this? Whatever the signal, whatever the current, whatever the voltage we are applying to the, remember, whatever the voltage we are applying here, there is a circuit diagram, there is a transistor. This voltage, it is given to the base of the transistor of the upper constant current source. If we increase this, then the current which is coming from here, this is your I. This current increases. If we apply the lower voltage to the transistor of the upper constant current source, then the I is decreases. Same way, here the current is I, reverse current, whatever the voltage we are applying here to the base of the transistor of the lower constant current source, the current is increased or decreased depending upon the how much voltage we are applying to the upper transistor and lower transistor of the upper constant current source and lower constant current source. Then it is given to the integrator circuit. This is our integrator circuit. So with the help of this C, we are getting the waveform across the integrator here. Which type of the waveform we are getting? We are getting this type of voltage, increases, 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 and then when it reaches to the upper maximum voltage, then it decreases. Then it decreases. So we are getting this type of the waveform here, like this, right? The another way, if this type of the waveform given to the voltage comparator and then given to the output amplifier, then the shape of the signal is changed and we are getting the square wave here. Same way, with the help of resistor diode shaping circuit, with the help of resistor diode shaping circuit, this waveform, it is given to this shaping circuit, then it is converted into the form of sine wave, then given to the amplifier, and we are getting the sine wave across the output of the function generator. This is our function generator. Right? So the function generator can be phase locked to an external source. This is our through this external source. One function generator can be used to lock a second function generator, and the two output signals can be displaced in phase by adjustable amount. In addition, the fundamental frequency of one generator can be phase locked to a harmonic of another generator by adjusting the amplitude and phase of the harmonics. Almost any waveform can be generated by addition. The function generator can also be phase locked to a frequency standard and all its output waveforms will then have the same accuracy and stability as the standard source. So this is the just fundamental or initial way to talk about the function generator. Now from the figure, the frequency is controlled by varying the capacitor in the LC or RC circuit. In the LC or RC circuit. In this instrument, the frequency is controlled by varying the magnitude of current which drives the integrator. Here, the frequency current depending upon the how much current we are produce, and this depend upon the how much voltage we are applying to the transistor of the upper constant current source and lower constant current source. If we apply more current, more voltage to the base of the transistor of the upper constant current source, then we are getting more current here, and through this current, this integrator generate this type of the waveform. In this instrument, the frequency is controlled by varying the magnitude of the current which drives the integrator. The instrument produces sine wave, triangular wave and square wave. Sine wave, triangular wave, and square wave. In the frequency range of 0.01 Hz to 100 kilohertz. Frequency range is 0.1 Hz to 100 kilohertz. This is the frequency range. We can change the frequency up to this. The frequency controlled voltage regulates two current sources. The frequency controlled voltage, that means this here, this one, right? This is known as E output. This is known as E output, and it is equal to minus 1 upon C integration of I dt. The range is 0 to T. The range is 0 to T. The frequency controlled voltage regulates two current sources. The upper current source supplies the constant current to the integrator, whose output voltage increases linearly with time according to the equation of the output signal voltage. According to the equation of the, so this is our E output, right? This is the equation. This is nothing but it is equation. Depending upon time changes from 0 to t second, the output increases. When it reaches to the upper level, then the output decreases, and we are getting this type of the waveform, which is known as triangular wave. An increase or decrease in the current increase or decrease the slope of the output voltage, and hence controls the frequency. If the I is more, we are getting more output here. If I is low, we are getting lesser amount of the amplitude. The voltage comparator multivibrator. Where is voltage comparator multivibrator? This is our voltage comparator multivibrator. The voltage comparator multivibrator change its state at a predetermined maximum level of the integrator output voltage. This change cuts off the upper constant current supply and switch on the lower current supply. When it reaches to the predetermined upper level, it cuts the upper constant current source and connect to the lower constant current source. The lower constant current source supplies a reverse current to the integrator, so its output decreases. This gives reverse current, so the output decreases like this. So the output decreases linearly with time. When the output reaches a predetermined minimum level. When it reached to the predetermined minimum level, the voltage comparator again change its state. The voltage comparator change its state, and instead of connecting reverse current, it is connected to the upper constant current source, and we are getting the second signal. When it reach predetermined upper level, again the voltage comparator changes state and the output decreases. And again it is when it reach to the predetermined lower level, again voltage comparator change its state, connect to the upper constant current source, and in this way we are getting the triangular wave. The output of the integrator is triangular waveform whose frequency determined by the magnitude of the current supplied by the constant current source. The magnitude, this output level as well as frequency, it is depend upon the, I repeat, the output of the integrator is a triangular waveform whose frequency determined by the magnitude of the current supplied by the constant currents. That means what is the value of this current? What is the value of this current? This value of this current, the magnitude of this current, through which we can find out the level of the triangular wave, or we can say the amplitude of the output. The comparator output delivers a square wave voltage of the same frequency. When it is connected to the output amplifier, it is the output of the voltage comparator, it is nothing but square wave. So output of the voltage comparator given to the amplifier, and through here the output is, we are getting the amplified square wave across the first terminal. The comparator output delivers a square wave voltage of the same frequency. With the help of this, the resistance diode shaping circuit. This is our resistance diode shaping circuit. With the help of this, the resistance diode network alerts the slope of the triangular wave as the amplitude change and produce a sine wave with less than 1% distortion. So in this way, we are getting the output sine wave. I repeat, with the help of this is our externally connected. We can change the frequency with the help of changing the resistance. This is our frequency control network through which we are applying the voltage to the transistor of the upper constant current source as well as lower constant current source. We produce the I. This is our forward current. This is our reverse current. This is our integrator circuit. With the help of C and integrator circuit, the output of this, it is nothing but it is our triangular wave. It is given to the comparator. The output of the comparator is square wave. This square wave we amplified with the help of amplifier, and we produce the pure square wave. If we take the output across the integrator, then we are getting the triangular wave. If the output of the integrator, it is given to the resistance diode shaping circuit, then we are getting the pure sine wave across this RD shaping circuit. This sine wave, it is given to the amplifier, and amplified sine wave we are getting. So in this way we are getting square wave as well as we are getting triangular wave, and as well as we are getting sine wave. That's all.